All right, everyone, welcome back. I usually do a fall crafting kickoff on Labor Day weekend, and I am going to stick with that this year because I am just getting really antsy for fall. I love summertime. We've had the best summer, but I'm ready for fall. So this first craft, I've had these pieces in my craft room, so it's kind of exciting because I've finally put this craft on my schedule to do, and I'm also going to use some little things that I've had sitting around. So I actually got this at the Target dollar spot a while ago. It was $3, but you can find a little wooden house shape pretty much anywhere. And then I found this cute little arched window. This was at Hobby Lobby and it was on a discount. So it was $2.50 and I loved it. I thought it was so cute. So I grabbed it not really knowing what I wanted to do with it. And then recently I was going through my craft room and I saw these two items and I thought they're just a match made in heaven. I also have a little piece of vinyl here that I went ahead and wrote out "Bless This Home" in one of my favorite fonts. And I'll link the font that I'm using down below, as well as everything else that I am using to put all these crafts together. Okay, so this is a very delicate little font, so I'm going to take my time. Here we go. Okay. Just make sure that I don't rush it. Go word by word there. There we go. Okay. Okay, isn't that so cute? I love that. I love the softness of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything positioned. I'm going to get some transfer tape as well. And I think I'll put my little window down first and then I'll work on getting this placed down. Oh, I love that. Okay, while my hot glue, oh, it looks like it's ready to go. I was going to say, while that's heating up, I will go ahead and just prepare my vinyl. So there's the transfer tape. Okay, let's put this to the side and I'm going to place this window down. So I'm just going to put hot glue all around. And what I love is that this is a continuous flow. Oops, come on. Okay, there we go. And what I love is that this is a continuous flow hot glue. So as long as my finger is pressing that button, the glue will come out, which is so handy. Okay, I'm gonna center that just like that. Press that down. I have one little dab of glue that I need to just dig out real quick before it dries. Just like that. There we go. Okay, and I believe the tag said that this was just tabletop decor, so you might even be able to still find something like this and then find another wooden blank to put it on. But I love bringing new things to my home for each season, and I'm excited about this one. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, now is our little wording here. So I'm going to take my scraper and just burnish the top, and then I'll turn this over and do the back side. That just helps to release the vinyl off of that cutting sheet and go on to my transfer tape. Okay, so there is that. And smooth like butter. Okay, now let me make sure I don't have any of those little strings there. Okay, now I'm just going to position this where I'd like it. And I actually think I'll bring it up a little bit instead of centering it. I like that look a little bit more. Okay. Okay, burnish this down just like so. I have a little lip over here where I can just pull, and there is my wording right below. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I think that's so fresh and pretty. Okay, so that is the first little craft that I'm going to bring into my home for fall season. I love that. All right, the next thing that I want to do is I want to embellish a pretty little candle, and I found this at Michael's. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I wanted to keep the tag so I could tell you which one it is, but this is pumpkin vanilla latte. Oh my gosh, need I say more? It smells so, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some really pretty maple leaves around this little candle base, and I think it's gonna be super cute. I've done this time and time again, and I've also had people ask if the vinyl was disrupted once the candle was lit, and I haven't had an issue with that. So I just keep making these and I just think they're so pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna bother wiping it down because this isn't something that I'm going to wash or anything. It's just going to be a cute little embellishment for the season. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just trim these apart. And these little maple leaves, I pre-weeded them because while they are really gorgeous, they are a little trickster to weed. So I went ahead and pre-weeded all of them. I think I have 8 of them. So as I get done with one, I'll just put my transfer tape on the next little set. Okay, pull these away. I'm just gonna kind of maybe rotate them a little bit too so they kind of look like falling leaves. Okay, there we go. And I'll peel that away. Okay, and then I'll just keep rotating and putting pretty leaves around this beautiful candle. Okay, and I actually, with the kind of spacing that I did in between, I look to only need 7 maple leaves. And I believe, oh, I should have told you, I think they're about 1.5 inches. Yeah, that'll be good. They're about 1.5 inches wide and tall. Okay, there we go. So that's good because I originally had 10 and then 2 of them just did not weed very nicely. So I love how that looks. It's so pretty. And then once it's lit and it's glowing, it's just gorgeous. So I love doing stuff like this with candles just to dress them up a little bit. These are really fun for gift giving as well. And this is going to make my kitchen smell just scrumptious. I'm so excited. Okay, I was recently at Michael's and they were having such a sale. And I found this beautiful, what do they call this? A square floral form, which I was just intrigued by the texture of this. So I picked up, did I pick up 1 or 2? I was just really inspired by this. So we are first gonna craft for fall with this. And what I thought I would do is I'm bringing in a little canvas. This is from Dollar Tree. You can pick one that is square, but I actually like this look of having the rectangle on the square. It doesn't bother my eye, and I think it'll be really visually interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to attach my canvas to this back piece, and we're going to do a fun iron-on the canvas just to do a fun decoration for fall. So let's remove this for just a minute. And then I'm gonna grab some iron-on. Okay, moving that to the side. I just have a black piece of iron-on and I'm going to begin weeding this out. This has a really pretty design. I found this and I'll link it down below for you if you want to buy this as well. I feel like a design like this would go on just about anything and everything, excuse me. It's just so cute. So let me get this all weeded out. I love the little vine embellishment to the left and right of it as well. Okay, so this is going to say Hello Fall. I just need to go through and get all of my little inside pieces, both on the vines, but also on the letters, or in the letters rather. All right, so now I'm gonna grab my mini press. And the idea here is I want to iron this on. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna iron this onto this canvas here. Okay, and in order to do this, I brought down just a kind of a hand towel, and I'm gonna use that to build up the back of this so that I can set this on something that is going to be sturdy, right? Because if not, then I'm just gonna be ironing onto this and bending that. So I want something that's nice and firm right on the bottom of that. Okay, it would help if I turned this on. So let me do, I think I'm gonna do just low, I think that will be just fine. Let's remove that. And let's go ahead and place this just like that. Oh, that's really, really fun and playful. Okay, but it's also really tasteful. I just love this. All right, I'm gonna remove that just a little bit. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and just start tacking that down. That way it stays into position. Okay, I bumped that up to medium, but always, and I repeat this, but it's super important, always monitor your personal project in front of you. Yours might need a little bit more time, a little bit more heat, and respectively, it might need a little less time and a little less heat. So just because mine was at a certain time and temp, always watch your own just to make sure that it's not getting too hot. Okay, there we go. That's starting to tack down. And what I love about the mini press is that if you have any areas that need more attention, you can place the focus over there without having to reheat every piece of your project, which is super nice. So I'm gonna focus right over here, and I'm putting my hand under here. I should probably explain so you don't think I'm burning my hand, but I'm putting my hand under this fold here so that once I, so just like this, so I can just press kind of up into my design and get even more pressure. I don't want you to think I'm holding that. Definitely not. This is very hot. Okay, so that is looking really good. I love that. So what I'm going to do is turn this over and just allow this to cool down. My mat is super cold. Oh gosh, that cooled down very quick. If you put it on a cold surface, it will just draw that heat out so fast. Okay, turn that around now. And then I'll just try and see. Oh yeah, that laid down great. I'm gonna peel this away. Oop, looks like we have a little piece of our L that needs a little bit of help. Let's see if anything else needs to be reheated. Oh, a little bit on that vine too. Okay, so I'm gonna focus here and here. And again, that's the benefit of this mini is I can just focus the heat in those areas and leave the rest nice and cool. Okay, that should be good. And then over here as well. Once more, we'll just turn this around and allow this to cool down. And then I'm gonna turn on my hot glue for the next project, or the next portion of this project. There we go. Because we're gonna glue this down to that pretty base. Okay, there we go. And that fixed itself, looks great. And that's good as new. Okay, and now we can grab this part. And I thought we would just glue this right in here. Oh, you know what I did is I forgot to weed out this little line in the little hello. That's okay. Okay, I don't think I missed anything else though. All right, so I like that. Let's go ahead and turn this around. This is all ready to go. And I can just do, again, that continuous flow, which is so nice. It also allows me to go quick, which is key with hot glue, as you know. Just going around that perimeter, that frame. Turn this around quick and position. And wherever it meets that background, it will glue, and wherever it doesn't, it'll just dry. Easy peasy. There we go. All right. Isn't that so sweet? I love the texture on that. I think that looks really nice and chic. So this, again, this backdrop was from the, Michael's, and then the little canvas was from Dollar Tree. And these are so nice to have. So if you go to Dollar Tree, grab a few because there's so many fun things that we like to do with those, especially on my channel. So they're really fun to craft with. All right, there's another piece of decor that I'm excited to have in my house this year. Okay, so I also found this at Hobby Lobby. Isn't this pretty? I've been eyeing this for a while now. This is $9.99 and it was just kind of in their main decor area. Let me go ahead and turn that guy off. And I have a really fun design that I just loved the second I saw it, and I thought it'd be really pretty on this vase. So this is Farm Fresh Autumn Harvest, locally grown and hand-picked. And I'm hoping to put this on my kitchen island, so I really liked this design for that. Okay, I'm gonna grab my rubbing alcohol, And you see where this seam is right here? I'm gonna turn it. Do you see that? I'm gonna turn it so that that isn't in the way of my design. And there's another one right here. So I'm just gonna make sure that those are to the left and right and that my design falls somewhere in between. And what I'm doing here is just cleaning off the surface. It's very dusty from sitting in the store, and it also has some fingerprints on it from me or whoever else was handling it. So by removing those, you are giving your vinyl a better chance of sticking and lasting on your project. So make sure you take the time to do that. Okay, now, actually I'm gonna use that for my next project too. I'm going to grab my transfer tape. Let's let this sit for a moment. Got this big old roll of transfer tape, and trim this off and save this for later. But we're gonna need a nice big piece for this. All right, there we go. And then I'm just going to remove just a little bit of this, and I'll bend back the liner, kind of fold it just like that. Do you see how it folds? Okay, and then I'll just place that little bit on my design and pull with that area that I just folded back, and then release the rest of my transfer tape right over my vinyl. That's just an easy way to have it lay down really nice if you're working with something a little bit bigger. Okay, as always, I'm grabbing my scraper tool, just like this, and also the back. And before I remove this, I'm gonna get this all positioned so it's ready to go, and I'm not trying to move it with a sticky transfer. All right, removing my liner. Oh, I love that, and the contrast is so pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that right on down. And then with something like this, I'm just going to start in the middle and then go towards the edges. And I just do that with my hands first and then right back in with my scraper. Okay, looks to be laid down. I'm gonna grab my weeding tool and just help nudge up a corner of this transfer tape. And then I'll just begin peeling this away, leaving my vinyl right on this little base. And go slow, especially with these small, fine letters at the bottom. That way, if anything comes up, you can quickly remedy it. That looks really good though. And again, the rubbing alcohol makes such a difference. It just makes the vinyl just stick right to it. Which if you make a mistake and you get it crooked, you know how hard that can be because it really wants to stick there. Okay, how sweet is that? Isn't that pretty? Autumn Harvest, locally grown and hand-picked. I think that's gonna be perfect for my kitchen island. Okay, so I have noticed over the years that, my years of crafting at least, that I really like having something new to wear for fall season, but I don't necessarily like wearing things that talk about fall season, if that makes sense. So instead, I like to grab something that has more of a fall tone. I really liked this sweatshirt. I found this at Michael's and I just loved this nice kind of beige look. And what I'm going to do is instead of making something that is completely fall related, I'm just gonna make myself a new fun sweatshirt to wear once the weather turns. So I'm gonna cut this little bit off the end because that is some extra that I can use another time. And I'll begin weeding this. So I've had this design saved in my favorites for quite a while now, and when I decided on what to do and was kind of looking through my designs, I instantly knew this was going to be a very cute look for this sweatshirt. Okay, so this is so cute. This says Jesus over everything, which is just 100%, right? So I only have one little middle that I need to take out there, and I have my heat press all ready to go. I have it at 305, and I'm going to press this for 30 seconds. Isn't that pretty? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my sweatshirt over to my heat press and I'm gonna pre-press it. I did wash and dry my sweatshirt beforehand. It's something that I do each and every time to help the vinyl last. And when I don't do it, I notice a difference. So it's wash and dried. I'm gonna make sure that it's pre-pressed with some heat before I do my vinyl. And I'm also going to make sure that I lint roll it. Let's go ahead and get this cute design on my new shirt. All right, just like my earlier iron-on project, I'm just going to turn this around and expose it to that cold glass surface. You can use a cold countertop, whatever will help draw out that heat. And you literally can, if you kind of rub your hands over it, you can feel the heat literally being drawn out of the garment. It's kind of neat to experience. Okay, so then, now that that's nice and cool, I'm gonna take my liner and begin peeling away. Just like that. And I am not seeing any problem areas. So that looks great. If you do have any problem areas that are peeling up, you can go ahead and just place your liner right back over. It's really important that you do that. You don't want to place your heat on exposed iron-on. You want to protect it. So you can just grab the liner once more, place that right on top, and go ahead and give it some additional heat. But again, make sure you cool it down before you try to remove the liner. That's really, really important. Okay, again, mine looks good, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep that removed, and it's all done. I love that. Okay, earlier I actually cut off a little piece of transfer tape, and I think that's gonna work for my next project. So again, I was at Michael's recently and they had these mugs on sale for $1, which is cheaper than the Dollar Tree, and actually I like them more. They are really nice and substantial. Lots of coffee can go inside. This does need to be washed. I grabbed it right off the shelf, but I'll wash it later. And I just love that it has a nice flat surface to place the vinyl on. So as always, real quick, I'm gonna add some rubbing alcohol. Whoops, sorry for that noise. Rubbing alcohol to the surface. You saw how icky the inside was from being on the shelf, so you can imagine what's on the outside. Okay, here we are. And then let me set this to the side. I have a really cute little design here. I think it is from the same designer as the canvas that we did with the Hello Fall, I think. But again, I'll link everything that I'm using down below. Okay, let's go ahead and get this all weeded out. And making sure to grab all of the little dots to my eyes as I go. There we go. I need to get a new weeding tool. Mine is so bent that, I mean, I actually have been weeding with a bent weeding hook for years, but it went a little too far this time, and now it's actually disrupting the whole process. So it's time to get a new little weeding hook. Okay, and I have one more dot to the eye right here, and then I should be smooth sailing after that. Okay, there we go. So sweet. Okay, again, middles of the letters come out. When you're weeding, you're just removing anything that you don't want in your final design and project. So again, that would be these little middles. And that includes little embellishments as well. So this leaf has little details just like that. Isn't that sweet? I have used this SVG before on projects, and that's one of the best things about SVGs is that if you find a design that you love, then you can use it time and time again, which is amazing. Okay, I think that's going to be just right. Go ahead and remove this liner. Put that placed right on down, and then we'll burnish. Okay, let's get this all centered there. Remove our backer, and I'm gonna move this a little bit. Okay, place this down. Now you want to give enough room for yourself or whoever you're giving this to sit, because vinyl isn't food safe, so you want to make sure that their lip is not coming into contact with the design and the vinyl. So I always just keep that in mind when I'm sizing my design, and every design is sized a little bit differently because the mug that I'm using is a little bit different. Okay, so I think that looks good. I just have a really nice dark charcoal gray vinyl here. I love that look. It's a little bit softer than a dark, you know, like a black. It's just kind of warmer and softer. Okay, so that should be just about good. Now, I've had some people ask where you put your design. So I personally, I'm right-handed, so I put my design on this side because I want to see my design as I'm enjoying my coffee. If you don't want to see your design for some reason and you want others to see your design, then you would just put it on the other side. And again, if you're left-handed, want to see your design, you do this way. And if you wanted someone else to enjoy your design, then this way. And as always, you could always duplicate your design and put one on each side. So that's that. I've had a few people ask about that or tell me I'm doing it wrong, which, you know what, crafting, there really isn't doing it wrong. You just do it the way that you want it to turn out. That's the best part about crafting. Okay, so removing the transfer tape just like that. I have a little bit of transfer tape right here I need to remove. And there we are. Isn't that cute? I love that. And I love, again, that charcoal colored vinyl. I think that's a really pretty look. So I like having things like this in my gift bin. If you've seen my craft room tour, I have a gift bin that as I'm crafting, if I don't necessarily have someone to give it to right then and there, then I put it aside because there's always that time when you have last minute little gifts that you need to go ahead and prep. And I love having things all ready to go. So this is all ready to go for a fall gift. And again, that design, I love it. I love how kind of circular it is too, and it's just so pretty with that font. Okay, so many pretty things that were created. I'm really happy with how everything turned out, and again, we also have this beautiful vase. But what a fun little kickoff to fall season. I am excited to show you what crafts I'm going to be bringing to you this year. As always, if you want some additional inspiration, I have a few years worth of fall crafts, so be sure just to go to my channel. There's a little magnifying glass in the top right. You can click that and search fall. You'll find a ton of fall inspiration. As always, everything that I'm using will be linked down below for you in case you want to add any of these items to your craft room or craft with any of these things for fall. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video.